So the first card you have for your past is the Four of Cups. I'm just seeing that you've been through a time where you just wanted to isolate yourself, and this is not isolating yourself from everyone, but just a particular person. You wanted to be apart from someone, and this is a little bit confusing because I'm seeing someone's offering you something, or they were offering you something. This could be a love offering. It could be someone who wants to be closer friends with you. You weren't interested in this offer. And I'm just seeing that because of something that happened in your past, or things that happened in your past, you've been dealing with some very dishonest people with in your past, and it just left you wanting to be alone. So even though you've had these offers and you do want to be around people, I'm sensing that you don't want to be alone, but then you don't want to be hurt either. It's like that. So you've got this mixed feelings about and it might not even be about this particular person. It might not be that you distrusted them. It might just be because you just feel like you've had so much going on in your past. You've had so much distrust. You've had so many dodgy people around you, dishonest people, that you're just feeling really that you're just too tired and just too weary to take up any more offers. Yeah, so I'm not seeing it's this person that's hurt you before. I'm seeing that, it's other people that have hurt you before, and it's just left you feeling really tired and really weary, and you're just saying, I don't know if this person's good or not or what, but I just don't want to go through any more again. I just want to be by myself for a while. So that's what I'm picking up from that. The next card you have your past is death. So this is really positive, actually, this one, because I'm seeing that I'm just seeing newness and a new outlook. So you have a new outlook about something. So this could be like a philosophical outlook, or a political outlook, or a spiritual outlook. But it's something where you really heard something or read something, or someone said something to you, and it made you really view things and life in a whole new way. So you're approaching everything you see is now through this whole veil of this new outlook that you have, and this is really positive, actually. And you're going to continue to learn and read more about this, and think. It's just going to make you really think. It's going to turn everything on its head. It's like you had a way that you were viewing things, and now you've got a completely different way of seeing everything, because you have this new outlook and you're seeing everything through that, if that makes sense. But it is positive. It's good. You're really growing and you're really learning spiritually, or you have been, and you still are. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your past is the Eight of Pentacles. So yes, what I'm seeing here is that things are, you wanted to manifest something really quickly, and this is to do with either money or business, or probably both, because they're tied in with this. And you wanted something to happen really quickly. It was like you wanted this success really quickly, but it wasn't happening quickly. It was happening slower than you wanted, and it was a bit frustrating. And I know Aries can be frustrated. They want everything to happen right away. But what I'm seeing is this is for the best, or this was for the best, because you had to learn something before you actually had this thing manifest, and it had to take time, because you had to learn as you went along. So this was slowly moving along, and you had to learn at each stage. So it's like, for example, this might be a silly example, I'm just thinking of it, might be, if you say, I want to be a really good singer or something, but you haven't actually learned everything you need to learn, you don't know anything about the industry, you don't know, there's so much you don't know, and then suddenly someone comes along and says, oh, here's your own TV show, you can go and sing in front of a big audience every night. And you're suddenly, this is what I wanted, but I'm not ready. And so that's what's happening to you. You wanted something to happen really quickly. It didn't. It was happening really slowly, because you had things to learn along the way. So that was for the best for you. And I know Aries are really, really impatient. I am too. But it's for the best. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have your present is the Knight of Swords. You have a lot of swords in this reading, and you have a lot of battles as well going through this. So there's a lot of difficult people and a lot of distrust I'm seeing all the way through this reading. I'm sorry, it's very, yeah. You're wanting to be forceful, you're wanting to move forward with something, that's what I'm seeing. You're trying to charge ahead with something, and this is probably this work project that you're trying to push forward, but it's going slower than you want, but it's for the best. That's what I'm seeing again in this. And Yes, again, I'm seeing that somebody wants to see you romantically or as a friend, and you want to too. You want to see them too, but you're also really, really moving away from them as well quickly. So it's like you want them and they come along, and then you're like pushing them away in a way. And it's really because you just really feel that, in your past, you had so many problems with, people who were dishonest with you. And this person, I'm seeing that, you're over. This person isn't communicating with you as well, this person who, it might be a love interest, but I'm not seeing that you're actually in a relationship with this person yet. They're not communicating with you, and you're overreacting to that because of things that have happened in your past. So you've had a lot of people who weren't honest, and you've had all of this kind of thing go on in your past, and because this person isn't communicating very well, you're imagining the worst. You're imagining that maybe they've gone off with someone else or they're not interested, and it might not be the case. So I'm seeing that at this time you're going to actually come in and you're going to push that communication with this person. So yes, you've actually been a little bit patient with this person. You're not patient at all, but you have been a little bit with this. Not patient, but you haven't, I'm not saying being patient with the way they haven't been communicating, but you've been not saying anything. So you've been feeling impatient, but you haven't let that show up until now. That's what I'm trying to say. So yes, you're going to push forward with this communication with this person. And yes, you're pushing ahead with this work project too. I'm seeing that again. And you're quite emotional actually at this time, but you're working really hard on this project. So this is helping you to not think about your emotions. That's what you're like. I'm seeing that, if you have all these emotions and you have all these feelings and you don't want to deal with them and it's stressful because of everything you've been through in your past, you just work. You just get to work and you work and work and work. And, to try and forget about how you're feeling. That's what I'm seeing there. And I'm sorry this is scattered. I'm just seeing all sorts of things coming up all at the same time. But they're all quite similar. It's, you've been hurt in the past, and you've had dishonest people around you, and probably still now you have some around you now, and that's affecting the way that you're seeing things. So I'm sorry this is so scattered, but I'm just trying to come up with things as I see them. The next card you have, your past, is the not your past, for your present. See, this is where I'm getting. The next card you have, your present, is the Six of Swords. Yes. So yes, again, you're going through a lot of turbulence internally, and you've been worrying about your future as well, and just worrying and stressing about all of these different things in your life. You'll be able to move on from some of these things. That's what I'm seeing. You will be more successful financially, but again, this will take time. Again, this is going to take time. And I'm also seeing you distancing yourself from someone who you don't think's being honest. So it could be this person in the Knight of Swords, could be somebody else, but you're just looking around you and you're picking out people who you don't think are honest, and who and you're just picking and choosing those people. And you've had a lot of these types of people. I just keep seeing them all the way through. That's probably why this is scattered, because these difficult people keep popping up all the way through this reading, and it's making me quite stressed seeing them pop up all the time. Yes, you're just not tolerating this anymore. You're walking away from anyone who you see from now on is dishonest. That's what I'm seeing, because again, you've had all of this go on in your past with these dishonest people. There are still some of these people around you. That's what I'm seeing. It's all scattered all over the place, because when you have so many dodgy or dishonest people around you, and you have in the past and you have now, I'm affected by them. They're coming up and I'm seeing them, and I'm feeling really off guard because of them. Yes, the last card you have, your present, is the Seven of Swords. Wow, more swords. So I'm just seeing that someone who hurt you quite seriously could be around you, or maybe you're just thinking about this person. They could have been in your past. See, because you have these dishonest people in your past, and you have them here now. So I'm not sure who's who, but it's really, really, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling, and that's why I'm not concentrating very well on this reading. It's horrible all the way through this. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry you're going through all this. Someone could have been cheating or even stealing from you, and Yes, also Aries are strong on the outside, but they can be really sensitive on the inside. And yeah, at this time when this person hurt you, you really had no idea they could treat you like this, and you were actually really blindsided by this person. But at this time, this is what's on your mind. Dishonest people who have been in your life, and yet people who are still in your life who are like that, and you're trying to sort through them best you can, but because you're really emotional, you're still thinking about what's happened in your past, you're finding this really difficult. And because you're all scattered in your emotions, that's how I'm feeling. And this reading is very scattered as well because of this. The first card you have for your future is the Seven of Wands. So yes, you're still going to have a difficult time with this tricky person. There's still a tricky person around you, a really dishonest person around you, still in your future. You're trying to weed them out. You're trying to get rid of the worst of them, but there's still one or two even around in your future. There's one person specifically who's really two-faced, actually. They seem to be nice on the surface, they're actually not. And yeah, I'm just so sorry. You've had so many of these people around and they're still around you. But you know, you're going to be able to see what's happening, especially with this one person. You're going to see this quite quickly. You won't be caught out, or you won't have a bad surprise like you had last time. And you're going to be one step ahead of this particular person. So, you know, you're going to know what's going on, and you're actually smarter than this person. That's what I'm seeing. So with this person, you're one step ahead of them. You can see this coming. You can see this person coming. They're not very smart, actually. So yes, the next card you have in your future is the Moon. So yes, even though you're going to be one step ahead of this person in the Seven of Wands, you're still going to be a bit stressed because you'll be watching out for anyone who's dishonest. It's like you're a cat sitting there ready to pounce for anyone who's going to come and hurt you and do something to you. Yes, be careful you don't go overboard with this. You know, there are some people around you who you can trust. Actually, there are a few around you. And don't pounce on them. Don't start pouncing on everyone around you. I know it's very, very difficult. But just be careful. There are some people who you can trust. So don't be suspicious of everyone. The last card you have in your future is the Six of Cups. So yes, finally you're having some relief from all of this. And I'm seeing you're going to be spending some time with people you can trust. So I think you're just going to retreat from all of these people, even anyone who gives you the slightest hint of being dishonest. You're just going to retreat from them. You're just going to remove yourself from them. You're going to be around people you can trust. This might only be one or two people. I'm sorry, that's what I'm seeing. But you are going to be with them. And you're going to be talking about things that happened in your past. You're going to be remembering good things that happened with these people. And this is going to give you some relief from all of this stress, from all of these really, really dishonest people that have been around you and that are still in your future. So I'm really sorry. I'm sorry this has been so negative. I'm sorry this is so scattered. This is what I'm seeing.